Hello, everybody. Today, we are going to be looking at some games on YouTube. Games that I call brain rot games. And I'll get into the kind of genre of game that these are in a little bit. But recently, recently in the grand scheme of things, YouTube added this playables section that has a ton of games on it. So we're going to play some of them, and we're going to start with kind of a king of the genre, which is this one where you run a character down a long path and have to avoid things that make your character smaller or weaker or whatever, and run into things that make your character taller. So I'm just running through some of these. Here you can see how simple it is. You just run into these gates that have numerical values. They might be additive, subtractive, multiplicative, and you want to make yourself as tall and wide as possible so that you can fling yourself like this and reach the big bad guy at the end. Now, on the topic of brain rot games, what I mean by that is that these are games that are extremely simple and sort of trivially easy, and seem to be, designed for children, but on, Instagram or other places, you get advertisements for games like these, and the person playing the game in the advertisement plays it horribly to sort of rage bait engagement for the game. It's this, psychological trickery or something, where they're trying to make you download the game to show that you can do better. But there's also other games that don't necessarily fit that model. There are games on this YouTube playables page that are not necessarily in the category of the advertisement games where people are playing them terribly, but are in the category of truly just marketed for children to sit in front of and, while away the hours doing very repetitive things. So, first off, by the way, brain rot, it's a very negative term, and I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of view these games somewhat negatively, but that's primarily because they seem so exploitative. There are games like Subway Surfers or Temple Run or whatever. I mean, there was kind of a golden era of mobile games that were very simple, but they at least had kind of a semblance of artistry to them, I guess. I mean, maybe I'm lying to myself, I don't know. But a semblance of complexity, a semblance of skill, and my critique of these brain rot games is that they really seem more like engagement forms than actual artistic or entertainment endeavors. And the line between true artistry or true entertainment and cynical, exploitative cash grabs is not always a clean one. And it is certainly true that you can make a game both because you think it's a good, fun game and because you want to make money. So these are not mutually exclusive concepts. But it runs into that territory of just, every person has to make their own personal judgment, and the context matters a lot, and there's I don't know if you've ever heard the definition of pornography given by the Supreme Court of the United States, and I can't remember which justice it was that wrote it, but he defined pornography saying that, something like, I can't define what pornography is, but I know it when I see it. And so, for me, I can't really define what a sort of brain rot game is explicitly, although there's certainly some that are so definable that, I could, but in general, I would say a brain rot game is kind of, you know it when you see it. You know it when you see it. And so, on this topic, I also don't want to fall into the trap of everybody always says, oh, this new thing is destroying the world, right? This, I grew up reading books, and now children are, watching television. And then, oh, I grew up watching television, and now children are playing video games, and so on and so on, and sort of a instinctive urge to say that the new modern thing is worse somehow. I think, life and history isn't that simple. Sometimes new things are good, and sometimes new things are bad, and sometimes they are both. So, I want to leave space for people who just want to relax with a dumb game. They've had a stressful day. They want to just turn their brain off and play something simple and relaxing. At the same time, I think it's fair to acknowledge that some activities are more enriching than others, and some activities are designed to prey on you, to take advantage of you, to addict you, and, I would just be careful of those factors, especially when children are involved, and many of these games seem to me to be explicitly, well, not explicitly, but sort of obviously targeted towards children. So that is somewhat concerning to me. But if you can engage with this stuff in a healthy manner, I don't think there's a significant problem. Yeah, that's kind of my general thoughts about these brain rot games. Essentially, I just define them as this type of game that is pumped out with very little care, very little artistry, very little thought for enjoyment. Lord, and is designed to take advantage of people's psychology and take advantage of children, and just sort of absorb us into these, slack-jawed, blank-eyed stares as we, and look, I'm taking out the big guy, as we play these games. But, yeah, I should also address a couple other things, as I find a new game to play. So, first off is the sound quality that you are hearing is different than it normally is. And here I'm playing a new game where I have to roll around this little hole and pick up bullets within a certain time limit. And then this big robot comes at me, and he's always looking very threatening. And I have to fire the bullets I collected to defeat the robot. So, it's pretty crazy, huh? But yeah, the sound quality you're hearing is obviously different from what my videos have been in the past. I recently moved, and in so doing, I lost access to the microphone I had used previously, but gained access to a different microphone, a microphone that has actually appeared on this channel before. The very first video I posted used this microphone, and then of course I took a sort of massive break from the channel. And when I came back, I used a really terrible mic, and then I upgraded to a little bit of a better mic, and now I'm using the best mic I have access to. That being said, I know that some people like the lo-fi quality of, different mics that aren't necessarily as clean or professional or what have you. So I can respect that, but I don't have access to that older, lower fidelity mic that I was using. So for the foreseeable future, this is the microphone that I will be using. And I'm currently trying to figure out the best way to record in my new apartment. Right now I'm sitting in my closet with all my clothes hanging above me. My head is kind of rubbing against my coat here. So if you hear a little noise like this from time to time, that is that's my big paisley jacket here that I'm rubbing against. That's got a good texture to it. I bet I could make some good ASMR sounds with that here. Yeah. It's kind of a cool jacket. Not my normal style, but it was on sale. Like, major sale. It's this kind of wine-colored paisley pattern. And it's very puffy. Very, very large, kind of oversized. Anyway, we're not here for clothes ASMR. for brain rot YouTube playables. One thing I don't know, I find this so funny, the way that the robot, he walks towards me so threateningly, but he just has pistols in his hands, and he's just swinging the pistols around, flipping them around his hands, but he doesn't do anything with them. He's not shooting me. Yeah, anything else to be said about the recording situation? I guess the audio quality will probably be a little bit variable moving forward as I try to figure out exactly how best to record, how best to minimize kind of noise interference from the outside world. So hopefully I will find a good balance and get some good sound quality consistently. Also, the final thing I wanted to mention as we're watching this gameplay is that I'm not playing live. I was at the library and I saw these games, and I just had the idea to do an ASMR video of this. So I thought it would be kind of entertaining. So I recorded the footage there on my laptop, and so the games get a little laggy sometimes, as my laptop is straining to run them, which I think is more of an issue with the optimization of the games than my laptop. Am I gonna lose this fight? Yes. Yes, I am. Bonk. See what I mean? He comes over and he just... I find it so funny. I gotta stop laughing all that. I just find it so funny that he comes over and he just pistol whips me. He's holding pistols. He could shoot me, but he chooses to walk over and embarrass me with a pistol whip. And speaking of embarrassment, I do lose this a couple times because I'm on my laptop and I'm using like a little trackpad for my mouse, and I'm on a MacBook Pro, and the holding down on that little trackpad for the duration of playing these games got somewhat tiring, and was also not a very effective way of maneuvering these games. If you've ever played, I remember when I was younger, I used to play Team Fortress 2 on a MacBook Air, I believe. Yes, it was a MacBook Air, and I didn't have a mouse connected, so I was just using the trackpad playing Team Fortress 2, and it was horrible. But that was when I was, young enough to not know any better, I guess. But yeah, now that I'm an old, crusty, dusty old man, my fingers do not enjoy pressing down on the trackpad for long periods of time. It's kind of painful on the joints in the finger. So, all of this is just me coping about losing in some brain rot games, trying to preserve my dignity by explaining to you that it's not actually my fault that I got beaten by the giant pistol whipping robot. It was my equipment and not user error. Anyway, so this game is kind of interesting. I don't know if you ever played Beautiful Katamari, the Beautiful Katamari games. Or there's a more recent one called Donut County. So the Beautiful Katamari games, they remind me of, or this reminds me of those, because in those you're pushing around a little ball, and the ball, whenever it touches something small enough, the thing will get stuck to the ball, and you keep growing bigger and bigger, and can keep collecting larger and larger items. So that principle is, at play here. But a much better game that does this concept of falling into a hole is Donut County. I think that came out, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, maybe. Maybe not 5, maybe, I feel like 4 is 3 to 4 is probably more in the ballpark. I don't remember, but Donut County, you have this big hole, and you sweep it around the area and make things fall into the hole. And as you consume more things, the hole gets bigger, and you can, continue getting bigger things. So that's kind of the gameplay. And that set play here, this is a little boring. I like when there's a physics element to it. So, like in Beautiful Katamari, the shape of the things that you were collecting would shape how you rolled, how you moved. If you got a big rectangle, a refrigerator at a weird angle on your ball, you would kind of limp along with that geometry, making your ball roll weird. And in Donut County, it had physics modeling as well. I'm like 99% sure. It's been a while since I've played it, but yeah, they definitely had physics in that, where you would go over something and it would fall into the hole, but it would, if it was like a couch or something and you went over one side of the couch, I just got killed by the robot again. How humiliating. The couch could kind of slide in because the physics were modeled. Here, of course, it's just you go under the bullet and it disappears immediately. One other thing I find funny, if you are a firearms expert like I am, you're looking at a Boy Scout who got his rifle shooting and shotgun shooting merit badges, so I know what I'm talking about. But once we get past here and see the fighting, I think it made me laugh when I saw that it doesn't even shoot like the way that a bullet would shoot. It just shoots the full casing and everything. So when I fire the shotgun shells in particular, you can see it's just the whole shell going out in one, as a single unit. Which of course is not how a shotgun works in real life. But this game is, I'll say, I think, maybe we should rank these games. So, first I played Tall Man Run, a real, icon of the genre. And that one was, it's a classic, right? You have to kind of put some respect on its name for being such a mainstay of the brain rot industry. But, at the same time, it does get a little dull kind of quickly, and there's no real threat besides, I guess, destroying yourself before you get to the end of the map, but that's pretty hard to do. So, in terms of gameplay, in terms of story, I gotta give it a really low score, but in terms of its cultural impact, who doesn't know those advertisements where people are playing games like Tall Man Run? was so distraught at my defeat that I gave up and we're going on to a new game. And, oh boy, this one is good. This is really a phenomenal game. So check it out. You have to find the aliens with this little scanner. Oh, look, there's an alien. And then you have to switch to your gun. You have to shoot the alien. And that's about it. So, kind of revolutionizing video games, I would say. Oh yeah, let's check out these dancing people. Blap. But anyway, Tall Man Run, you know, I gotta respect it for being a classic, but it's just not a good game, so I'm gonna have to give it, I think a 3 out of 10. It's only getting those 2 extra points above a 1 because of its legendary status in the industry. And then the shooting one that we just played, I don't remember the name of it. That one, I think it's pretty complex, right? That's like, oh yeah, check this out. We're shooting cops. This seems like a really bad idea. Yeah, people just come into our door. We're just strapped up. Like, do not knock on this door. I will shoot you. But oh yeah, you're the Alien King. Pitiful human. You cannot stop the invasion. I'll be back. So this game, as for the gun one, very complex. Look at this, we're mowing down an alien dance party. Horrible. The gun one, what I like about the gun one is it's broken down into 2 phases, You have the kind of all-consuming joy of gathering up the bullets in your little hole. And then, suddenly the game mechanics drastically change, revolutionizes the game, and you are now fighting a boss, a giant robot, threateningly spinning pistols on its hands. And, that's really exciting, so I think that gun one has to get, I don't know, a 7 out of 10, I think. Now, this one, the gameplay is clearly horrible. Just brain dead bad. But I gotta say, the storyline that it begins to unfold here is just amazing. I find it so delightfully unhinged that whoever the character is that you're playing in this, you just walk around like you're barging into houses, barging into backyard barbecues, and you just pull out a laser gun and start killing people. It's just very funny to me, and the other people around just start cowering in terror and running away. It's just delightful. Look at that, we got 2 aliens at the table and 1 alien over here. And, look at that. I tried to get that 1 alien, but I accidentally shot a human, so this game is very difficult. It's going to take a lot of mastery, a lot of work. You're probably going to have to put in 6-hour days to be able to beat this one. I'd say it's kind of like an Olympic level sport in terms of the dedication required to master it. But your hard work is rewarded because look at that, we got a new weapon. Now instead of a little pistol, we have like an alien laser rifle. And look at that, the difficulty keeps increasing. That traffic cone sitting in the middle of the kitchen was was actually an alien. Their tactics are becoming more complex. Now we get to this again, where we're just mowing down aliens. And for some reason I lost there, and I don't know why. But, but now they're pulling out the guns. So this is what I mean, you know. I lost there because I'm only putting in like 2 hours a day on this game, and that's simply not enough to attain the levels of mastery you need to, you know, even get on the leaderboards, frankly. You know, forget about even beating the game. But check this out, Alien King, pathetic. You're going to have to do better than that. Yeah. You know, probably my favorite part of this game is right here, where once you finish killing the aliens, your camera just slowly pans across all these tubes, and you just slowly watch all the people get freed, and look at that, we freed the traffic cone. That is very exciting gameplay. They're kind of pioneering this new form of gameplay that's kind of centered around not doing anything at all, and just sitting completely still, watching a camera slowly pan around an environment. So, you know, some people aren't ready for it. Some people don't have the taste in art to understand this game, Find the Alien. I like this. We're showing up outside a police station, and we're just killing people. So that's cool. And look at this. I Heart Aliens. This is what I'm talking about too, you know, the storyline of this game. People like Red Dead Redemption 2. They say Red Dead Redemption 2 that had one of the greatest video game stories ever made. Some people like the Sony PlayStation cinematic experiences like God of War or Spider-Man. Some people say those are the greatest video game storylines of all time. You know, if you're like me and you like, you know, maybe you think some indie games have the best storylines. Maybe you like Undertale. You know, maybe you're like me and you think Outer Wilds has, you know, one of the greatest video game stories ever. But I think at the end of the day, we all have to recognize that Find the Alien kind of puts them all to shame. They'd be kind of afraid to even show their faces in the same room as Find the Alien. For the complexity of the plot, the development of the characters, you know, I think if you probably like took a poll of all gamers and said who's the best video game villain of all time, they would say Alien King from Find the Alien. And I would have to agree. So, I ended up playing this one for... Oh, check this out. These guys are fighting and then the cops come in and they just beat the crap out of them. Oh man, I just find... Okay, pitiful human, the Alien King says. Our new tactics are unstoppable. And look at him just creeping away over there. Man, I mean, if somebody was like, you could not make such a good story if you tried. Check this out, there's like a goop alien on its head now. This person is being controlled by an alien. Look at that, we saved her. And we got a new weapon. Yeah, I got kind of invested in this one. I think I might have to play this on my own time. Finish the game. Check it out, that alien was hiding as a cactus. Pretty crazy. Here we have what seem to be soldiers in the United States military. So probably a good idea to shoot at them. Oh, this one's crazy, yo. Our sensor is jammed. We can't scan. But we shoot the little tower, and now we realize that one of those gorillas is actually an alien. These aliens are disguising themselves as gorillas now, y'all. And there's the Alien King. Impossible. We jammed your scanner. It's not fair. Level 23 completed. And now we walk into another alien facility and just start mowing them down, as usual. So, I think this will probably be up for Game of the Year. I mean, that's a given, right? I think they're gonna put this up for like best RPG, best animation, best original soundtrack, best live service. Probably gonna sweep the Game Awards. The first time in history we're gonna have an all-category sweep from Find the Alien. Alright, maybe you guys are getting sick of my bit at this point, so I'll move on. I'll be an adult. Yeah, look at this level. We're in a sauna. Makes it harder to find the aliens. So, I will say, if you think I'm, getting invested in this game, just wait. I think it's the next one I play, or shortly after. I start playing one that just completely took over my mind. I got completely addicted. I realized that, even I couldn't escape the brain rot. Nobody's immune. And, yeah, we shoot a little UFO there. And, kill the Alien King again. He's just, can't keep him down, He's a king. You can't keep a king down. Party pooper. You're ruining everything, but you'll never get me. Yeah, on the topic of the microphone, obviously, this is not binaural anymore. This is not in stereo audio, because the other mic that I was using could record in stereo, and this one can only do mono. So, I could potentially get a second mic and then record stereo like that. But you know what it's like out here. You all know the state of the economy these days. I'm not necessarily in a place where I can be grabbing a nice new microphone at the moment, so we are going to be working in mono for a while. I guess all of the microphone updates are just to say that if you liked the sound quality of the previous videos, I apologize, but there will be, there is going to be a change in quality, and we're not going to be going back to the lo-fi stereo setup for the foreseeable future. But, this is a better microphone, so, hopefully for most people, you'll appreciate the sound quality a little more. Oh yeah, this one lagged like crazy. I just play one level of this because the game gets so slow. Look at that. Look how slow my cannon is firing now, compared to when we started. Yeah, if you think this is bad, just watch. the when these people start getting on screen, the performance just craters. So slow. But you know, I can understand why. Obviously, this is a graphical marvel. This is like probably about 3 generations ahead of where we are currently. This would be like a PlayStation 8 game, and that generation, the Xbox is going to be called like the Xbox Series 365, because you gotta play it 365 days a year. That's how good it'll be. You guys don't even know how good the next Xbox is gonna be. But anyway, yeah, this was designed for those console generations, and you know, my poor computer cannot handle it. So after that one level, that will be enough of this game, and the game obviously gets a 10 out of 10 for its graphical fidelity to real life. It's sort of the first photorealistic video game ever created, and people can't tell the difference between it and real life. Many people are saying this. You also get this incredible, like, city management game here, which is sort of revolutionizing city simulation games. So that game gets a 10 out of 10, but unfortunately, unless you have a rig from the future, you will not be able to play it without major performance issues. And then Find the Alien will get, I guess, an 8 out of 10. The mechanics are horrible, and but the story is amazing. And this game, this is like really an iPad kid game. Naturally, I decided to make him some poop ice cream when I saw that that was a flavoring option. So, and then, yeah, we're cutting them up in a nice little mold there. Look at that, now you scoop them all in the bowl. And I get to choose some toppings here, so naturally I'm going to do some cockroaches. Or was it cockroaches? I didn't see. Anyway, my poop ice cream got 3 stars, so that's pretty cool. This guy needs a dessert for his ex, and so he actually wants the poop ice cream. Yeah. I mean, this is just, yeah, this is like, this is where I get into like the exploitative nature of it a little bit, where children are just sitting in front of this like, this is a game only for children. Nobody else would enjoy this. And, you know, I'm hoping like you can't buy these coins. I didn't actually look into that, like if you could spend money on these, real life money. I sort of feel like, given YouTube's size, look at that, his ex-girlfriend was a cheerleader. Ooh, yeah, poor her. And I think that's Billie Eilish. I think we're serving Billie Eilish some ice cream. It doesn't look like you can buy coins anywhere. At least it's not immediately apparent. So, yeah, I was wiggling my mouse over her because I was like, "Yo, it's Billie Eilish. We'll make Billie Eilish a banana ice cream." We all know her, of course, her famous song, "I'm a Banana Guy." And I don't know about you guys, but I love chocolate-covered bananas, so we're gonna put some chocolate on that, and stab it up, break it into little pieces. chocolate banana mess all around. And we're going to cut it up in squares, naturally. And there we go. Miss Billie Eilish, I hope you like your banana chocolate. Oh, I always forget about the toppings. Gonna go with some sprinkles. Yeah, nice. Let's see what she thinks. 3 stars, yo. We are in it. We just unlocked the popsicle. Crazy. So this game, we can choose a foot mold, which naturally I chose. And what am I going to put in here? Kiwis. Oh yeah, man. And a little bit of poop. Good, good. That's going to be some good ice cream. And then you fill it up with a syrup. Man, yeah, it's really a foot mold for this, huh? Get a nice foot-shaped popsicle. It's just a stinky foot popsicle. There's some people who would really enjoy eating this. Alright, I was bullied by Mean Girls, and now she wants us to make a poopsicle for her. So, this game is probably one of like the best business management sims I've come across. It sort of reminds me of the classic Papa's Pizzeria series of games, where customers would come in and you would have to make them pizzas or burgers or ice cream or whatever based on their specific orders. And this just kind of takes that concept and dials it up to 11. Just in terms of execution. Yo, and it's the same cheerleader. This girl is getting absolutely worked. She's vomiting, dude. People really, gotta stop feeding this cheerleader, fecal treats. And who is that? Who is that? We don't need to serve him ice cream. Let's get out of here. We know who that is. We know who that is. What game do I play next? I think it's the big one. I think the next one we play takes over my mind. Oh no, ball blast. Okay, we do a little ball blasting. We do a little ball blasting from time to time. This is another one where playing on a trackpad is not the best way to play, perhaps. But, yeah. What do you guys think about games like these? I mean, there's kind of a variety of genres here. I think this, there's a difference between the advertisement rage bait games, where you're watching a person do something horribly, and so, it kind of provokes you into downloading the game so that you can do it better, and, it's just a way of upping engagement. And I lost, how pathetic. 2 out of 10 game. Very boring. Yeah, there's kind of... Alright, I guess I forgot about a bunch of these games that I played. So we're doing this one. This one I don't think is too bad. It's kind of a puzzle-y game. I mean, at the beginning here it's very obvious, but, it swiftly kind of becomes like you're going to need like Newtonian levels of intelligence to solve some of these puzzles. But there are games like this where, if you've played like Flash games or whatever, you'll recognize some games. There's some games here where a little bit more effort is put into them than others. Some of them are just, I wouldn't say there's anything original here that I've seen. But look at that little smiley face. So, anyway, what I was saying was there's kind of 2 kinds of games here. There's the ones that seem to be targeted towards children, there's the ones that are kind of from that tradition of advertisement games where they're trying to get you to, to download the game. And what do you guys think about these brain rot games, as I call them? I don't want to be over the top. I don't think they're like monstrous necessarily, but kids are gonna be kids are gonna find something to like focus on, and not everything a kid does is gonna be like some beautiful, enriching moment of development. And I don't think it's bad for them to spend some time playing dumb little games. I don't think that's the end of the world, but I don't know. These games to me just give kind of a bad vibe. And it's different for each one, right? That last one isn't really that bad, and you could kind of make the argument like, well, it's teaching geometry and like spatial awareness or whatever. Hell, even the tall man runner, you could say it's teaching math, right? Which maybe. Anyway, this is the one that I got addicted to. So it's just digging in a big hole, and you collect these little purple balls, and you level up so you can carry more balls, and you just keep digging and digging and digging and digging. But this game is really something special because it also has all of these other, like, little stations that you can go and you can spend your money, and you can upgrade your digger. You can hire additional diggers to work for you automatically. You can buy pets that increase the amount of money you earn. There's like some really complex systems at play here. So it's only natural that I would become kind of addicted to this. You're going to see me struggling to get up and down this ladder a lot, and that is because the game did not want me going up and down the ladder for some reason. You have to be coming at it on a very specific angle, I guess. So, for a while this is going to be a little boring, but just you watch, just you wait. Things are going to get crazy. And I know what you're thinking. You're saying, hey, your pack's full. Why aren't you going and selling your balls? And, that's a good point. But here I go. Check it out, that black market. You can sell your balls for, more efficiently for 5 times the amount you can get at the little conveyor belt place. And all those little balls down there, I'm just letting them despawn because I'm a fool. I'm a horrible fool. Bought an upgrade to my loader speed, which I think is that guy up there who takes the balls I give him and puts them on the conveyor belt. Look at this, we are absolutely digging. Pretty amazing. Look, I know it doesn't seem like much now, but just you wait. Just you wait. This game is going to get intense. In all seriousness, this game did kind of scratch an itch. I will say that it was a little addictive because it hit that, like, there's this desire to make things more efficient, and maybe that's just maybe not everybody has that kind of desire or trait or whatever, but I love being able to buy these upgrades and like do the task a little better, and then you can hire people, and then it's like, ooh, boom, now you have passive digging capabilities, and you can upgrade their efficiency so they're doing it faster, and you can get money multipliers, and like, oh, I gotta go sell at the black market because he's back, and I'll make more money that way. And there's just a lot of those little like buttons and switches and dials and knobs and stuff that you can turn to make things run a little smoother, run a little faster. Did you ever play Cookie Clicker? Cookie Clicker, or any of the similar games, kind of the idle income. I didn't click on that because years of playing, like, or not playing, but like being online and getting ads that say free. I expected there to be some pop-up. I will say, I don't think that this is that these games allow you to spend money. So there are a lot of sketchy mobile games and such where the idea is to get kids like addicted, or not addicted necessarily, just playing the game, and then, oh, do you want to spend coins? Well, you can buy more coins with mommy's credit card. So that stuff doesn't seem to be present. I think probably YouTube doesn't allow that exchange of money, I guess. They probably don't want to deal with that. So, at the end of the day, they just want people on YouTube for as long as possible to see ads, to be on the platform. And if you can get kids to start playing these little games, then, that's eyeballs on YouTube for longer. You can see I hired a dude named Paul, who is now hauling balls for me. He's a good worker. And, anyway, yeah, I brought up Cookie Clicker. I don't know if you ever played any of those, like, idle games where you built, like, an empire of some kind or another. So the Cookie Clicker one was you baked cookies, and you would click on a cookie and it would give you money. And then with enough money you could hire like a sweet old grandma to bake cookies for you. And that would generate some income. And then, you could buy upgrades that would make it so that when you clicked on the cookie you got more money. Auto clickers to click for you. You could buy better and better passive, income businesses. Cookie factories and stuff. And then it eventually got, it's actually a good game because it kind of, it goes in unexpected places. Sort of has fun with the narrative. As you descend into this kind of like eldritch horror world of cookies. It's kind of a fun little game. But anyway, this scratches a similar itch for me, where it's like, you have an active job that you can do, but you're also slowly increasing the efficiency of your whole operation and getting like passive buffs to things, and just getting this whole world running as efficiently as possible. And something about that kind of tickles my brain. So this digger, I don't know what the game's called, Dig Deep. I think this one has got to be a 10 out of 10 in terms of its ability to entrap me in its clutches, to addict me. I think I ended up playing this one for like half an hour or something, which is significantly more than I played any of the others for. see that there's now a new place to dig, which is just phenomenal. And you can see now I'm getting golden orbs instead of purple orbs. And we know, of course, that golden orbs are far more powerful than purple orbs. Far more powerful, worth more money. And I need a minecart so I can give my golden orbs away. And what's kind of fun about here is that the minecart has to go on a little journey to deposit the golden orbs elsewhere. And the guy at the stand can't do anything with the golden orbs that you gave him until the minecart is back. And so here you can buy upgrades for the minecart. And this is the kind of thing I'm talking about where I like balancing the efficiency of this. Because, oh yeah, and here we have the monument. I decided that this would be my goal. I would play the game until I finished building this monument. Seemed like a good stopping point, so I think maybe around here I go over and make these guys start working on the monument instead. Yeah, I tell them to build the monument. And I get my 4 little workers working. But yeah, the minecart with the gold balls. What I was saying about that was I kind of liked the efficiency, like balancing the efficiencies, because later on you'll see that I hire some workers to work in the golden pit and dig up some gold balls. But what happens is they are putting too many gold balls in for the minecart to carry. And so there's this like backlog of golden balls that's building up at the minecart. And it's just getting larger and larger and larger. And so at that point, you know, upgrading the workers isn't really doing you any good. You're not making money any faster. You need to upgrade your minecart. You know, it gets into the idea of limiting factors. Limiting factors. The thing in, maybe, you know, I associate the term with chemistry, where in a chemical reaction, the limiting factor is the component of the reaction that is in lowest supply, and so it is going to prevent the reaction from continuing. If you have, say, an acid and a base, and you put them together, you are going to create water and a salt. And if you have, you know, say 10 grams of the acid and 50 grams of the base, and you put them together, the acid will be your limiting factor because there is less of it, and so it is going to run out first. Assuming I mean, you'd have to look at the actual reaction, because maybe if it was like you need 10 grams of the base or the acid for every 50 grams of the blah blah blah, right? So 1 to 5. Putting aside little things like that, the limiting factor is the thing that makes your you know, your reaction stop. You're gonna run out of this thing. So in this game, you know, the limiting factor on certain decisions like that, like the limiting factor for my money is not my workers, but my minecart, and so you have to address the limiting factor first to kind of progress in the most optimal way possible. But yeah, you can see, you know, I came here to make fun of these games, and suddenly I'm in love with this one, this digging one. completely took over my life. My wife left me, my children don't speak to me. I just sit at my computer all day, playing this digging game on YouTube. But I need to build that monument, so I upgraded all my guys to build the monument faster. So things are going well for my little empire. But what I need to do is get my employees for the gold. Being very inefficient, not getting my gold employees up and running. So, what's up with you guys these days? How are you all doing? Told you I moved recently, and that's been a little crazy. But things are, on balance, going okay. I've been really spending more time lifting recently. Really enjoy weightlifting. I don't know if any of you guys do as well. I tell you, there are few things more enjoyable to me than getting up early, doing a hard workout, getting home, and lying down with some ASMR and taking like a short nap in the morning, I don't like naps later in the day, past like, I don't know, probably 1 p.m., because they start to make me kind of groggy. But there's something so nice about a morning nap after lifting with some ASMR. It hits so right. It's so relaxing. It feels so good. Really gets the day off to a good start. Yeah, I remember just like there was one place that I lived had this big window that faced the rising sun, and there was a little couch there. Well, not a little couch, it was a long couch, which it has to be because I'm very tall. Not very tall, I'm like 6'1", but anyway, I would go to the gym, and then I would run back, and I would flop onto that couch with the morning sun just baking down on me, and I would have ASMR in my earbuds. And oh boy, that was delightful. That was so comfortable, so cozy. The body is just like, it's all, it's kind of worn out. It's all pumped up with all the like hormones and whatever that the workout released, and my muscles are still buzzing with like the soreness and the exertion, and then you're just getting all the tingles from the ASMR lying there, and the warm sun is coming through the windows. That to me is like one of the most peaceful, cozy sensations that I can think of for myself. The body and the soul were just, everything was doing good. So I really like that. I don't know if any of you are lifters or work. I mean, not lifters necessarily. Maybe runners, swimmers. You play sports. Do some kind of physical activity. I would recommend trying that out sometime. Doing whatever physical activity it is that you enjoy, and then relaxing with some ASMR afterwards. If you haven't tried it, you might like it. Anyway, back in the game, I'm buying a bunch of animals. I spent all the gems I gathered on some animals, and now I have some multiplication contributing to my income, which is nice. I didn't really, I could have spent the gems a lot earlier, but for whatever reason, I didn't get around to it. But now I have these cute little animals following me around. A little badger and like a baboon thing. Can't believe I still don't have workers digging in this hole. It's a waste of my time. I need my workers. And I'm realizing now that the black market guy is there, so I'm trying to get back down so I can get more golden balls to go sell to the black market, because that's more efficient. 10 times as much from the black market for the gold balls. Somebody mowing the lawn outside earlier. I'm hoping that this closet will be a good, a good spot for recording. Keep the ambient noise away. I'm thinking of putting some, like, moving blankets on the wall or something on the wall, something heavy and soft to catch some of the sound. I know there's a little bit of ambient room tone still, maybe a little bit more than I would like, but I can also negotiate that stuff with the settings of my microphone and whatnot, so we'll see. And I'm coming back here to my monument because that is my goal. After all, I'm here to build the monument. And I'm trying to get down the elevator as usual. It's being very sticky, not letting me down. This is one of the greatest games of all time, but even it has its bugs. Also, my belly is rumbling quite a bit, so I apologize if you can hear that. I should have eaten some lunch before I started recording. I am a hungry boy. Been bulking recently. Trying to gain weight for, muscle growth purposes. And my body kind of adjusted to the new daily calorie intake. And so it's like, dude, you've only had like 1,500 calories so far today. Like, you're starving us. We're wasting away in here. And I'm like, yes, I apologize to my beautiful body for letting it down. I think you guys probably can't hear it because the mic is directional. So hopefully it's not picking up my my guts calling out for a little bit of food. Anyway, I've run out of interesting things to say about this game because now it's just me running back and forth with purple balls, trying to add them to the monument. So now I'm just rambling about weightlifting and whatever. Yeah, I don't know what. I kind of been thinking about channel content, and I've been, obsessed with Elden Ring after the Shadow of the Erd Tree DLC came out, and I feel like I've kind of run out of gas on the Elden Ring train. Not necessarily. Maybe I could do some more lore videos for Elden Ring. It's not out of the question, but I was, really into Elden Ring after the DLC came out, and so that was like the only kind of video I wanted to make. But now my interests have returned a little bit to normal, so now I need to start coming up with other ideas for ASMR videos. And yeah, that's why I kind of had this idea. I think I'll do more Skyrim book readings. Like, I enjoy reading the lore books and the Elder Scrolls, and I think those make for nice ASMR videos because they are, bedtime stories as well, which is, very relaxing. If any of you have ideas for videos, you can certainly feel free to put them in the comments section. I can't promise I'll do anything in particular, because I just kind of go off what inspiration strikes me at the moment. What inspiration guides me to what I feel like I can yap about for a little while. But I'm always interested in ideas. So if there's anything you're excited about or you'd like to see me make an ASMR video about, all suggestions are welcome. Here I am trying to get back into my golden pit. And there we go. Finally, the elevator worked. So when I go back up, I think I can show you what I was talking about earlier, where the gold balls are just getting log jammed. They're all getting stuck at the loader guy at the minecart. And here we have another thing to dig up. But let's see. Yeah, you can see I've got 527 balls. Yep, and I'm realizing it in the moment. I'm like, oh, we need to increase the efficiency of the minecart, because that is the limiting factor here. And I'm going back down to get more golden balls, probably because I realize the black market is there. And I want to get my big payout. I'm very curious who the black market is. What black market has formed around these gold and purple balls? What uses can these gold and purple spheres be put to? It's very curious, very curious. And this looks like an ATM machine. So we hawk that ATM machine for some quick cash. And we go drop our stuff off at the black market. And now we have almost $5,000. And I go and I upgrade my minecart a little bit. And I think I go and spend the rest of this on upgrading my workers. That little Vespa scooter there, by the way, is very silly because once you get on it, I couldn't figure out a way to get off except to wait out the timer. It lasts for like a minute or something, and I couldn't go on the elevators or do anything on the Vespa. There's probably a way to get off it, but I just didn't figure it out. I'm too block-headed. And we're getting very close to finishing our great monument. We just have to get through this useless layer of diamonds. We need purple balls, not diamonds. Purple balls. Purple balls. Better than blue balls. Sorry, that's very childish. I'm rambling as I'm staring at this footage. My brain rot has become terminal watching this back. My mind is melting in my skull. But yeah, this one was disturbingly compelling to me. I was like, yeah, if I didn't have, self-control, if I was 10 years old or something, I could probably play this for like hours. Just to throw away an evening on this. Which, we unlocked a portal, which is crazy because now we can just throw our stuff into the portal makes it a lot faster. And we completed the monument. Let's go. Let's go. Now our purple balls are worth 10. We are going to be so rich. So rich. And I don't know why I'm still digging. I guess I'm just reveling in the joy of digging. Go all the way back up. And there it is. Our beautiful T-posing purple man. All those purple balls melted down into this glorious structure. Alright, well, I think we just check out like one or two more before I decided to wrap up, so. Oh, this one was funny. I turned off all the music and the sound effects because they were quite annoying. But this one, every time you connected these emojis, there's a voice. And I can't really say it in any other way. Like, they were very weirdly sexual. There would be a voice that would go like, oh, stuff like that. Whenever you connected the emojis correctly. So it made me a little uncomfortable. So I left this one pretty quickly. Also because it's extremely boring. This one gets like a 1 out of 10 because the gameplay's bad and it had weird people moaning when I made connections. Also, now that I'm talking about the sound, I'm remembering that the ball digging game, it had the same. It just had the Scott Joplin song. What's it called? The Maple Leaf Rag. It was playing the Maple Leaf Rag just on a loop over and over and over again. Kind of added to the insanity of the experience. This one, you have to bring a ball around and not touch the red stuff. I'm pretty sure I touched the red stuff like immediately. Yep. I'm very good at these games. Very, very good. And I dip out of that one pretty quick. So that one I'll give a 2 out of 10. The digging one, I'm going to give 10 out of 10. Incredible game. Addictive. I would never give it up. I would like to play it for the rest of my life. And this one reminded me of 2048. That was a big game years back. 2048, where you had to like get these tiles and sort of line them up so they touched each other, and then they would merge together to form larger numbers, and you had to reach 2048. So this one, you put the ships on the screen, and when you get 3 or more of them together, they merge like that. Check it out. I got a combo, crazy combo. Yeah, this one is fine, but I never really cared for 2048, and I don't really care for this one. This one gets 6 out of 10. Good, but not to my taste. At least this one, I feel like there's a little bit of thinking to it, like it's kind of an actual puzzle game. To an extent. Do you guys like puzzle games? I love puzzle games. I dipped out of that one. I got bored pretty quick. What would be fun would be playing like an ASMR playthrough of The Witness. I don't know if you guys ever played The Witness, but that's one of my favorite puzzle games. That one is it's a really, really good game if you like puzzles. Alright, this one is kind of like the ice cream one we did earlier, except you're like modeling faces, and it has about the same degree of mechanical complexity. Another one that is very much marketed for children. So now you spray some spray paint. And I just kind of had fun, like, brutalizing the faces. And somehow I didn't add the eye. And I was trying to figure out again how I did that. I was like, can I put the ear somewhere else? Can I get rid of it entirely? And I think I had to hit the check mark on the side or something to advance without the rest of it. Yeah, there we go. And then they have all these weird stickers that are just so random. There's like the American flag heart there, and some like BDSM gay cop guy. Like, look at him. He's like a gay devil cop. I don't know what the deal is. You know, so that's my like Zorro, I guess. Day 1 complete. Look at that beautiful creation. Yeah. And that's the goal. I have to make that weird girl in the background with like weirdly circular pink cheeks and just this like 2-dimensional crown thing. Beautiful, beautiful. Put all this stuff on. Swapped out her hairstyle. Yeah, pretty. And then I can spray paint it. This is very engaging gameplay. This makes for a bad ASMR video because it's so interesting that I know you guys just can't fall asleep. You really have to see the beautiful clay sculptures that I make in this incredible game. I'm losing it. This is painful to watch back. Hopefully for you guys, you're not watching this. You're just listening to my voice and falling asleep, because this has become somewhat torturous for me to watch this footage back. It was bad enough playing it, and I can't get this chainsaw to go the way I want. The chainsaw's controls for some reason were so weird. And then I'm like, okay, I'll try going all the way back around. And finally got it to work. This game is too hard for me, I think, is the takeaway. And look, can you guess who's underneath? It's Elsa from Frozen. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Children out there going crazy right now for Elsa. They're like, oh my god, it's Elsa from Frozen. So, this is just an incredible game. But I think that's the end. I don't think I play anymore. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm done. Nope. Oh, Draw Climber. Oh, this is another one of those advertisement games that I remember seeing popping up in ads. Look at my little box. And I just start thinking, how can I just like fill in the entire rectangle? Wonderful. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I'll give a grade to that sculpture game. 1 out of 10. That was terrible. Y'all, I'm like torturing myself right now watching this. I'm so glad that this footage is almost over. My brain is not. My brain cannot handle this amount of rot. Look at this, though. My little dude is flying. I'm crushing this other guy. I am so good at this game. Yo. check it out. Gold medal, dude. I am the king of this game. Do not step to me. Yep. Oh yeah, check out my technique. I go right over the top. I'm so good at this. Okay, I get a little stuck there. That's okay. That's okay. You know, even the goats make mistakes from time to time. I get up the steps. I'm going, I'm flying. You can't stop me. I'm amazing. I pull out my patented spiky boots and just go hurling across the map. That is amazing. Nobody plays this game as well as I do. Alright. That game gets a 4 out of 10. So then I just looked at these ones. So refresh our memory here. Tall man, run, attack hole, find the alien, mob control, desert DIY, ball blast, AMAZE. I don't think I ranked AMAZE. That's like I'm giving that an 8 out of 10. I like that game's called Attack Hole. It's a good name, great name. And after AMAZE, we played Dig Deep, the best game that we played today, Dig Deep. And then Emoji Puzzle, and 1 out of 10, and then a Helix Jump. That's like a 2 out of 10. Merge Pirates, I think I said that was a 7 or a 6. And Sculpt People, that was horrible. I wanted to cry playing that one. 1 out of 10. And then the draw runner thing. Alright. Well, everybody, I hope that was relaxing for you, because it was torture for me. I'm just kidding. I hope that you got some sleep, or that was helpful for you if you were studying or stressed out and just wanted to relax a little bit. Whatever the case may be, I will see you next time.